guess what? You're dead. You're dead. You're dead. Because
everyone knows what the family's going to be today. If you could let my team know so that we can stay within 200 yards, not close to them, to stay away from them. Oh, please, actually, I redact that. Don't do anything.
Spending $12,000 a month just injecting himself with steroids, and that's how he was getting jacked. But he would sell supplements to people of ground up liver and bolt testicles, and people would buy them. And he got rich, and he was getting very, very rich until Joe Rogan went on his podcast and was like, "This guy's full of," and it partially crumbled.
No, I haven't. I want to watch it. Talking about the liver king, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. This video.
Don't steroids. Yeah, I love steroids. I train on places. I'm not getting about feeling lost, weak, and missing. So I made it my job.
He did it for the people. He's been crawling on the ground, and he's like, I'm gonna fight you, Joe Rogan, and he's losing his mind. And he's posting about it.
Unlike the Liver King, I'll tell you the truth. Liver
King has once again threatened Joe Rogan. Even after being released from jail, he's still looking for a fight and is urging everyone to help him track Rogan down. He claimed that Rogan probably thought having him arrested would put an end to everything, but it didn't. According to Liver King, what many people saw as a threat was actually a gift meant for Rogan and his team. He added that he had been waiting for the right moment to deliver it and promised that his videos and messages would keep coming.
Put him in jail. Put him in jail. Have the Violent Crimes Division. Have them come arrest him for a terrorist threat. The whole time that terrorist threat you thought was a bomb or something inside that box, it's actually a present back for you and your mothership colleague for having my wife and me in mothership that I've held on to for a while, just for the right time to give it to you. And you thought the videos would stop, but they will never stop.
On the other hand, Tim Welch shared his thoughts on how a fight between Joe Rogan and Liver King would play out if they ever stepped into the octagon together.
Liver King actually fought. Okay, first up is a spinning liver kick straight to the guts. Now, Joe Rogan's done Taekwondo for years, and they all have excellent spinning back kicks to the liver, and I don't care how tough you are, you ain't toughing through that. So he gives him a liver shot, decides if he wants to give him a few to the lips or not. Second one out, Liver King comes in, big right hand, Joe Rogan shoots a double leg. Now, if you know no jiu-jitsu, then your only way to get up is to go to all fours. You go to all fours, get the back taken, and you get strangled. Especially in the streets here, take the back, and I can pull the hair up, the long Liver King hair up, get under his neck, cut off the blood flow, night-night. Next one, he comes out and he hits an explosive double leg. Oh no, what's going to happen? Now he's inside the guard, makes a mistake, puts his hands on the mat. Joe Rogan locks up a triangle because he's a jiu-jitsu black belt. Liver King thinks he's going to stand up and slam him. Little do you know, hook under the legs, and you can't stand up and slam him. So Joe Rogan hooks up the triangle, goes under the leg, cuts off the blood flow. Night-night, I don't care how yeah. Bye-bye.
Never done martial arts before. The last thing you take into account in a street fight is your fatigue. You're absolutely gassed out, especially when you don't know how to fight. And in every position you're in, you're guessing, so you're using so much energy. I don't care how tough of a warrior you are. When your blood flow gets cut off to the brain, you pass out no matter who you are. So those are three things that would probably happen if Joe Rogan and Liver King actually fought.
Meanwhile, the tension between Joe Rogan and Liver King continues to grow. Rogan maintains that he never had any personal issue with Liver King, claiming there's no real beef between them. However, fans believe that what may have triggered Liver King is Rogan's open criticism of his lifestyle and physique. Rogan had previously stated that there was no way Liver King could achieve his look naturally, boldly accusing him of using steroids.
The Liver King, and he's this guy who walks around everywhere with no shirt on. I've seen him in Vegas with no shirt on, big bushy beard, super jacked. And he was telling people that the way he gets that way is by sunning his balls and eats raw and just lifts like a maniac. And that's how he's so jacked.
This guy, literally right to my face, would say, I am natural.
There's no way you can look like
Joe Rogan said the whole Liver King situation drove him crazy because Liver King was clearly on steroids, yet continued to speak publicly as if he wasn't. Rogan acknowledged that Liver King did eat a very healthy diet filled with animal-based foods and nutrients-rich organ meats, which was true. However, Rogan emphasized that Liver King was dodging the real issue. It's extremely rare, if not impossible, to achieve a body like his without the use of steroids.
Because that guy's on steroids.
Well,
just shut the fuck up.
Well, so
I know he's eating really healthy. It's clear he's eating all these animal foods, and he's eating organ meat, which is very rich in nutrients. Well, that's true, but he's dodging the main bullet. Well, look at him.
Because, I mean,
Just, do you know how rare it is to have a physique like that and not be on steroids?
Joe Rogan also revealed that Liver King had made several attempts to get on his podcast, even going as far as sending a producer to approach him in Las Vegas and reaching out through mutual friends. Rogan called the idea ridiculous, stating that Liver King's entire image was a scam built on lies about being natural. He made it clear that Liver King would never be a guest on his show, saying plainly, "That's what happens when you get
on your podcast." I'm like, you gotta get the away from me. That guy's never been on my podcast. That came up to me in Vegas. Yeah, one of my security guards stopped him.
like, how many UFC events did he try and go
He
to?
was front row at one of my shows in Vegas.
Oh, damn.
The MGM. Yeah, and then I saw him again at the Canelo fight. He was trying really hard to get on the podcast. He's been trying really hard to get on now. He contacted a few friends of mine, and some of them that have, like Bert Kreischer, that had him on the show.
Yeah, he told me he's trying to get on.
Yeah, but what? What? Say that more? Like, come on, this is dumb, man. This is you ran a con game and you got busted.
Liver King was clearly triggered by Rogan's statements and responded by challenging him to a one-on-one fight. He said he was ready for anything and didn't need to fake intensity or rely on hype videos anymore. Addressing Rogan directly, he told him to hold on to someone he loves, because he'd need real motivation to survive the fight, just like Liver King, who claimed he'd be willing to die for his family. While acknowledging Rogan's black belt in martial arts, Liver King claimed Rogan had never faced someone who wanted to die in the ring, someone who was hoping to be checked out. Surprisingly, he also praised Rogan as a warrior and for his success in comedy, even encouraging people to mock him. But in the end, Liver King made his intentions clear. They were heading to Austin to fight Rogan.
Because Joe Rogan, we don't have to make videos to pretend anymore. All of this is happening. We're coming to you. I challenge you man to man to a fight. Honorable. You can hold the hand of somebody that you love, because what happens next to you, you're going to need to remember that feeling. You're going to need something more than what you did to give you something to fight for, because I have my family to fight for, willing to die, hoping that you'll choke me out. I pray to God, because that's a dream come true. It feels good. And then the limbs, I'm fighting for my family. So limb. Go ahead. You should all make fun of me at my expense. Trust me, that it still works. And then you should get paid for it.
We're going to kick Joe Rogan's ass.
The real G said it. Oh, this is my speech, Justin.
Meanwhile, Sean Ali reacted to Liver King's video and trolled him over the social media post directed at Joe Rogan.
Everything.
Because Joe Rogan.
Please, Joe Rogan, let me be on your podcast, dude. I'm not on steroids. I promise. We'll have a killer conversation.
On the other hand, Liver King openly began threatening Joe Rogan and was eventually arrested. Yet even just before his arrest, he posted another video claiming he hoped Rogan would choke him out and put him to sleep. He declared he wouldn't tap out, insisting he was fighting for his family and his principles. Liver King said he had no plan, wouldn't train, and was ready to fight any time, even the very next day. He told Rogan to break his limbs if necessary and vowed to make him pay, adding that any money from the fight would go to a good cause.
Yes. What I'm hoping is that Joe Rogan, I'm going to choke that motherfucker out, lights out. I'm going to choke him out. And I kind of hope that if you win, well, that's how it happens, because, like, to wake up from that dream, that's a good feeling. And then anything else that you could break on me, break it on me. I hope that you won't feel me tap. That's never happening, tapping. Because I have something actually to fight for. Actually, that's my family. I have a principle to fight for. That's what what if he actually does what he's saying? What if that would be interesting? That would be interesting. What do you have to fight for? You're fighting. I hope you're mad. You should choke me out. You know how to do that. You're trained. You're trained. You got a black belt. Black belt in jiu-jitsu. I hope you choke me out. And if you don't choke me out, these other limbs will be interesting. Should be very interesting. That's the PS. That's it. I already thought about my game plan. I don't have a plan. I'm not going to train. I'm not going to train, but I hope you've been training. And I'm ready whenever you're ready. If it's tomorrow, that will be great. Let's do it as soon as possible. If it's not tomorrow, then just whenever you're ready. Yeah. This is actually happening. And just remember on the backside, this is good. It's fun. It'll be fun. It'll be like, there's real tension, real fight, real, no, shame on you, girl. Shame on you, I'm going to make you pay. I am going to actually make you pay. And what you pay will be donated to Good and True. So that's how barbarians.
His name is Brian Johnson, but he's better known online as the Liver King. He was arrested in Austin yesterday after posting threatening messages that were all directed towards the podcaster Joe Rogan.
PD says that it became aware Johnson had made threats against Joe Rogan on Tuesday morning. The Instagram post also revealed Johnson was traveling to Austin while continuing to make threatening statements, according to APD.
Liver King was arrested in Austin on suspicion of making a terroristic threat, classified as a misdemeanor offense.
And we're going to go somewhere today here in Austin. If anybody knows where Seth Rogen's the other version of him that rhymes with blow, if anyone knows where the family's going to be today, if you could let my team know so that we can stay within 200 yards, not close to them, to stay away from them. Oh, please, actually, I redact that. Don't do anything to the family. If we go somewhere unbeknownst to us today, if anyone who's around us can alert us that there might be anyone with the last name Rogan around, and then I'll happily go the other
Social media influencer Brian Johnson, better known online as the Liver King, was arrested in Austin yesterday after posting a series of threatening messages directed at podcaster Joe Rogan. According to the Austin Police Department, APD, we came aware of the threats on Tuesday morning. Johnson had made multiple statements on Instagram while reportedly traveling to Austin, continuing to escalate the rhetoric. Police say Rogan informed them that he had never interacted with Johnson and considered the posts to be threatening.
Capitol, and at 7 p.m. every day we'll be at the Capitol where they make laws. Rogan versus Liver King. Yeah. I know. You might know who I am. You might not. It doesn't really matter the name, but it's Liver King. I'm picking a fight. Who's it with? Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen. What's it for? Family. Joe Rogan is from California. I'm from Texas. Grew up on military bases. Born on one. Been Texas really my whole life. Really my whole life. It's, you know, I'm from. My mom was born here too. From Texas. I'm a Texan. Welcome to Texas. They're friendly. The Duke is different. We're about to find out how different.
Moreover, Liver King was released from Travis County Jail on Wednesday afternoon after posting a $20,000 bail. Court records show that the influencer born Brian Johnson was ordered to stay at least 200 yards away from Joe Rogan and his family, and is prohibited from contacting them directly. He is also barred from possessing any firearms and must undergo a mental health evaluation within 1 week of his release. However, even after his arrest, Liver King didn't stop making threatening statements toward Rogan. In a new video, he claimed they were heading somewhere in Austin and asked if anyone knew where Rogan or his family might be. He instructed his team to maintain the court-ordered 200-yard distance but continued referencing Rogan. He added that he had no intention of harming Rogan's family and asked people to alert him if the Rogans were nearby so he could avoid them.
Now, somewhere within that, they broke fight down and kind of made it clear it was going to be a grappling match. He was up for anything. We can box, we can arm wrestle, but it's going to be you and me. Rogan versus Liver King. And I liked it. I liked it because I thought there was actually a little bit of possibility to it. I realized the silliness factor, but you have to understand if push comes to shove, Joe Rogan is going to be a handful for anybody. strong, does MMA, he's got a black belt, he competed in Taekwondo, and there was a period of his life in 2005 where he thought he was actually going to get in the octagon and fight with Wesley Snipes. I mean, done a great job of keeping himself in
Liver King declared that he would show up at the Texas Capitol every day, calling it the place where laws are made. He openly announced that he was picking a fight with Joe Rogan, claiming it was all for the sake of his family. Liver King referenced Rogan's California roots while acknowledging his connection to Texas, then boldly claimed the Lone Star State as his own. He welcomed Rogan to Texas, saying the people there are friendly but do things differently, and warned that Rogan was about to find out just how different.
I'm still fighting you. Yeah. I have no training. You're black belt. You think it's natural. I will one night this morning. I'll come to you whenever you're ready.
Liver King announced that he would be going to the Texas Capitol every day at 7 p.m., declaring it the place where they make laws. He called out Joe Rogan directly, saying, "Rogan versus Liver King." In his message, he acknowledged that some people might not know who he is, and claimed that it doesn't matter because he's picking a fight. And who's it with? Seth Rogen, he said mistakenly at first, before correcting himself. It's with Joe Rogan. And what's it for? Family. It's for family. It's for family. Liver King emphasized his Texas roots, stating that he was born on a military base, raised in Texas, and that his mother was born there as well. "I'm a Texan," he said proudly. Addressing Rogan, he added, "Welcome to Texas. We're friendly, but we do things differently here. And you're about to find out just how different." He ended with a final statement. King time.
What's next? So I'm next. So I'm tucking my tail. I'm retreating. Joe Rogan gets a point. A really excellent point. You get that point. That's what you did. I'm still inviting you, Joe, after this fight, to have dinner with my family, and to get to know your family. And it's just a principle. It's hard to debate a principle that's indivisible as a principle. King time. All right, guys.
Thank you for your interview, sir.
Yeah, brother. Anyone want to, look, I don't mean to be hurt or anything. Y'all wanted to get a picture, and I'm not suggesting anyone wants to get a picture, but I'm not going to hang out because my family's waiting. If anyone wants to get a picture, let's get a picture, because I'll get out of Dodge before I get legitimately arrested.
Jay Sutton explained that Liver King boarded a plane with the intent to find and confront Joe Rogan, planning to challenge him in person. KL pointed out that flying out to directly confront someone isn't a new tactic. It's been done many times before and continues to be used because it's effective. He added that showing up face-to-face brings a sense of real intensity and seriousness to the challenge, which is exactly why people keep doing it.